Welcome back, everyone! This is Jeronitis bringing you Feed the Beast 1.6. Today we are starting on episode 91. What'd you guys think of that mob farm last episode? Finished it up, got it working good. I'm going to tweak it later on. I had a couple ideas on how I could add to it, but nothing worth getting into at the moment. For the moment, though, we are making some extra redstone energy cells. For a couple of reasons, actually. I only really needed one, but I wound up making 4 because reasons. And what in the world is that? Pressure gauge pneumatic craft. Oh, that's that new mod that was added. Ooh, I gotta figure that thing out. I gotta do some stuff with that. That looks cool. It's got pressure bars and stuff like that. We'll get into that at some point. But for now, I'm making extra redstone energy cells. Okay. And I'll explain to you why here in just a second. Why do I, I'm just going to take out the normal recipe thing, the normal access terminal, and just leave redstone ones. What am I missing? Seriously, of all the things I don't have, redstone conductance coils? There, now I got plenty. Alright. Come on, one more. Well, that's probably going to take a minute. So, the redstone energy cells can carry 10 million RF redstone flux, okay? And that's not too bad, but you know what? We can upgrade these. We can actually go to the highest tier of energy, and the highest tier of energy is actually the resonant energy cell, and it holds 50 million. Okay, and we're going to try to do that. In order to do that, we need to put enderium around redstone energy cells. So let's just do that. Oh. Well, there's the energy cell, but where's the enderium? Oh, I've never made enderium. Okay, well, let's make some enderium. Shouldn't be too hard. Alright, enderium ingots are enderium blend plus pyrotheum dust in an induction smelter. No big deal. Pyrotheum dust is blaze powder, redstone, sulfur, and pulverized coal or coal dust. We should have coal dust from where we were working with industrial craft. Redstone, now that we are no longer out of it, we have plenty of. Blaze powder is blaze rods, and we've got those coming out the wazoo. Sulfur, though, I'm not sure that we have sulfur. Oh, wait, yes, we will have a bunch of sulfur because of the... Oh, look, we can extract sulfur from gunpowder. That's cool. We can get it from bees. We can get tiny piles of sulfur dust from processing crushed lead ore. So our ultimate farm should be doing that for us as well. So that being the case, we should have everything we need. Now, I happen to know that sulfur actually does come from other places as well. See, the sulfur from industrial craft, but then there's thermal expansion sulfur, which can come from sulfur ore, which you find down at the lower reaches and in the nether. Pulverizing nether quartz ore can also give you some. You can get it from pulverizing netherrack, which is one of the very popular ways to do it because netherrack is so abundant. And then, of course, you can get it from pulverizing coal. And this is also a very popular way since you have so many blaze rods, you can go ahead and pulverize it and get sulfur 50% there. But since we already have the stuff we need, we're not going to worry about getting more. But in case anyone's following along and they don't have that availability, well, now you know how you can get it. So let's go ahead and make... That's a bunch. We probably don't need that much. We made a bunch of pyrotheum. So anyway, the next thing that we need is enderium blend. Enderium blend is 3 pulverized tin with pulverized shiny metal and a bucket of resonant ender, which is melted I can't talk today. Melted ender pearls poured into a bucket through a liquid transfuser. You could also melt them in the smeltery and pour them into onto a casting table. As long as there is a bucket on the casting table, that will give you a bucket of resonant ender as well. Pulverized shiny metal is from pulverizing shiny metal. It can also be made from platinum grains from extra bees. I didn't know that. From valuable bees. That's interesting to know. But no, we're not going to get back into bees. We should have plenty of this stuff actually already here. tin dust or pulverized tin, that should be simple. We should also have a bunch of that tin dust from where we've been running the ultimate ore processing system. And the pulverized shiny metal, we may have some of that. Let's find out. We do. I have no idea how much we have, but we should have plenty of resonant ender buckets from where we were bucketing it up before. And, well, we got 64 plus 16 buckets, and we still have buckets left. Cool, let's make some more. Another stack. You know what? That should be plenty. Let's just stop there. And we should be good because it was 2 Enderium blends to 1 pyrotheum dust, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. So 1 stack of pyrotheum should go through 2 stacks of Enderium blend, and thus make us some Enderium. There we go. Would you quit that? From where I was making hardened glass the other day. Forever ago. So this should be making us some Enderium blend, and that should, or some Enderium ingots, that is, not the blend. And that should put us with Enderium over here. That being the case, we should now be able to go ahead and make some resonant energy cells. Well, there was one. Okay, so there's actually a reason I'm wanting to do this, okay? I'm wanting to put the resonant energy cell to a good use. There's actually several reasons we can do this. I'm going to show you, first off, there's a glitch. Why are my energy cells not showing? Oh, that's right. I ran out of charcoal, and this guy is still processing, so I haven't filled back up. So I'm having him burn some stuff for me. But that's okay. We're going to go ahead and take this energy cell out and replace it with a resonant energy cell. And this should input there, output to the top. And that should let this thing go ahead and get its stuff received. This can hold, like I said, up to 50 million RF, and it can input and output up to 10,000 RF per tick. Okay, so we want to let this thing charge up. While it's doing its charging off of these other cells, we're going to go ahead and do the next step. Now, the reason I'm doing that is so that we can have something. And I'm going to show you this something because I'm glad to have it back. If you remember a couple episodes back, I tried to fly into a void area and I couldn't fly. And I lost my Ultimus Blade. Well, I have recreated the Ultimus Blade. The Ultimus Blade is excellent, except for the fact that it only has 1037 durability, and that stinks. So there are 2 things that we can do with this. Okay, I built it back up to 23.5 hearts with 1 modifier remaining. I can put that back into it as more damage, but instead I'm going to use that 1 modifier to nullify the durability issue. Okay, so for now, Ultimus is going to stay right here, and we're going to go into the ME system and grab something real quick. Actually, you know what? I can demonstrate this all right now. Since I took this cell down, but let me show you the Red Materials in You book. If you look at the very, very back of this book, you will see it takes forever to get to it. Almost at the very back of the book. Here we go. Flux. You can add a hardened flux capacitor or leadstone energy cell to give the tool energy, right? It still proper functions when it has no charge, but you can charge it in order to use the charge instead of the durability. Okay? Now, it says that you can use a hardened flux capacitor or a leadstone energy cell. Okay, it shows here the flux capacitor, it shows the energy cell there. Now, the hardened energy cell, as I will show you right now, the hardened energy cell, that's actually not it at all. I thought I had one right here. Mayhaps it's downstairs. Oh, that's right. I have them up on the wall from when I first had my power system going. Here we have a hardened energy cell, and it holds 2 million RF. Okay? Now, the fun part about this is that when you put this on here, well, that's kind of, actually, I shouldn't say that. It was supposed to be the normal. It's just supposed to be other energy cell. Oh, whatever. I'll show you here in just a second. When you put this on here, you see the hardened energy cell has 2 million RF. If you were to add this on here, it would give it 2 million out of 400,000 RF. Now, it's supposed to only be able to be given the lowest tier, which holds 400,000 RF, but by giving it the second tier, the hardened cell, as long as the cell is charged, it transfers that charge over to the blade. Okay, so that would give this 2 million out of 400,000. So, but why would we stop there, right? So we're going to go ahead and switch to the redstone energy cell, which has almost 10 million on it, and this gives us 10 million out of 400,000 RF. Now, we don't want to stop there either. What we really want to do is put the resonant energy cell on here, and the resonant energy cell will give it 50 million RF per tick. Or it was 50 million RF storage, not per tick. It doesn't matter per tick. So this is going to take an ungodly large amount of time to fill up. Now, there is both a reason to do this and a reason not to do this. Okay? First off, it takes a whole lot to make a resonant energy cell. And that holds a whole lot of RF. And that's fine, and you can put it on your sword and have 50 million RF. But it will never recharge to 50 million RF. It will only ever recharge to 400,000. Okay? So as long as you don't do anything to interrupt the energy flow, it will go ahead and work its way down to 400,000. But if you were to put on anything that would give it a charge or put it in a charging station, like the energetic infuser, it would immediately revert to the 400,000 out of 400,000. Okay, so since we don't want that to happen, we're not going to bother making that resonant energy cell into this, because I will, because I know myself, accidentally put it on there and make it bad. So we're going to put the hardened energy cell on here, and that's going to give us plenty of extra stuff, and we can run it with flux. Okay, so now we have this. Now if you look at it, it does say 1,999,674 RF out of 400,000 RF. And that is wonderful, because we now have this thing that will go forever and a day and not give us any trouble. We can kill and kill and kill, and it'll never give us any trouble. So the problem comes when you actually try to charge it. And I'm going to do this because this is what's going to happen eventually. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you how it's going to happen now. And for this, we are going to need a energetic infuser. Energetic. I cannot spell. So we need the energetic infuser, which we should have almost enough stuff to make. So we're going to go ahead and put this into play real quick. As a matter of fact, let's just take it downstairs because I don't have a spot for it right here. When you were to run out of energy with the sword, you would put the sword in here. Now you see it says 1,999,000. But if I put it in here, it will instantly say, oh, you're charged. And now we have 400,000 out of 400,000. Okay, now if you happen to be going around using anything that generates power, or have any other power tools, it will automatically fix itself back to normal. Okay, now 400,000 RF is not a lot it's not something to be disappointed with, but we don't want to run out of energy while we're out in the middle of nowhere. So we want to make a flux capacitor. Okay, the flux capacitors are basically portable energy cells that keep things charged while they're on your person. Okay, so we want to go ahead and do a resonant energy cell, and it moved everything. Why did it move everything? Whatever. A resonant energy cell, which holds 10 million RF, we're going to go straight for the top tier just because, requires the redstone flux capacitor, which requires the hardened flux capacitor, which requires the leadstone flux capacitor, which is this. So we're going to go ahead and make the leadstone. As a matter of fact, I'm going to make 2 of them, just because. You know what? I'll make 3. So we make the leadstone capacitor, and then we're going to make it the hardened capacitor by using the leadstone capacitors to do so. And all this is just Invar and tin. There's really nothing that special about making these. If you can make the energy cells, then you can make these. Okay, so then we're going to upgrade these to the redstone energy cells, or energy flux capacitors. Don't mind me, I'm just lost. And then we're going to make them into the 3 resonant ones. Okay, so now each of these can hold 10 million RF. And now we can charge these, and I'm going to go ahead and put them in the energetic infuser, which I don't have upstairs. It's right here. So this is going to go ahead and take all the power out of the energetic infuser and start charging this. Now obviously this is going to take quite a while to charge, and that's wonderful. We're going to let this charge for a few minutes, And you know what? Nah, we'll let that one charge. And once this is done charging, we will come back and I will show you why I'm making a big deal out of getting Ultimus back up and functional. We actually need him for a very important reason. So we'll be back in just a minute when this energy cell finishes charging up. And we're back. I have charged 1 and 2 as well. We're going to put the third one in here to charge. As you see, it's actually a little bit faster by putting it over here. And we'll just go ahead and let this charge. Shouldn't be a big deal. Hopefully it won't completely drain my energy system, although it's going to threaten to. Oh wow, we actually have stopped completely and totally. While those were charging, I upgraded my energy cells. As you can see, I now have resonant energy everywhere. And rightfully so, because I wanted to. I was about to actually throw this nether star generator right here and hook up a bunch of redstone energy conduits to all the different cells, and that way it could, jumpstart charging the cells. But if I were to fire this off right here, it would kill my entire farm up above, it would kill my golem back here, and that would have been very entertaining and funny for you guys, but I really don't want to have to fix all that stuff back, so, no. So anyway, now that we have this stuff here, as we use our sword, it will be losing durability. It's not really losing durability, it's losing energy. Okay, now here it says hold shift for details on the resonant flux capacitor. It says that it will send and receive 2,500 out of 10,000 RF per tick. I don't know how you can increase that, but it receives 10,000 and it can send 2,500, whichever. I don't think you can actually change it. So it says activate to charge held items must remain in hotbar. Use while sneaking to activate. Okay, so while we're holding this, we can right click it, and now it's glowing. Okay, it's glowing because it's outputting energy. So, fun side note, we should actually be able to, I think, make this cell charge. And look, this cell is actually charging off of the resonant energy cell, flux capacitor here. Okay, I don't actually care about charging this, I just wanted to show you that it was possible. Okay, other held items in your hand are charged because of this. Okay, paper beats rock. I do not remember naming this that. Oh, that's right, that's when I was fighting the stone guardian. That was utterly disappointing ultimately, because paper beats rock. I made it out of paper and then got it right. Forgot about that little side note there. Either way, so what are we doing? Well, I wanted to have my Ultimus back because we are going to go and we are going to fight some really intense bosses in a different mod that I have not yet covered. A mod that deserves to be shown. Anytime you have it installed, you can't ignore it, you can't walk away from it. If you do, well, you're a strange and silly person. So let's see, I need just a, I never did figure out what that relative link panel was. So we're going to go ahead and get ourselves a couple of link panels, grab some leather, because we are going to a new dimension. Now, most of the people watching probably know exactly what I'm fixing to do because it's kind of obvious. If you've ever played with the mod, then you understand what it's going to be. But for those of you who don't know what it is, I highly recommend if you play that you get into it and give it a shot. Stop that. Stop that. Alright, so we're going to go back downstairs and set this up. We shouldn't have any problem setting it up. Let's see. We're going to put it... that's the portal of the bees. The nether portal's over there. This is the travel room. I could probably just put it right off the edge of the travel room. I don't really see any reason. Well, yeah, nothing comes out of it, so let's do that. I missed my proto clay. It would have switched to the shovel just then, and this wouldn't be happening like this. I really dislike that I fell into the void of nothingness. Well, anyway, I've got Ultimus back now, so that's, something at least. And yes, I cannot stand having to do this like this. Where is my shovel? And no, I'm definitely not going to use that shovel because I don't want to destroy half of everything. Alright, so now that we have a little area cleared out, we can go ahead and line this area with dirt. And this should get us pretty well prepared to do what we're going to do. Alright, so I need to fill this with water. While I'm doing that, let me explain something really quick. I am doing this absent my superpowers. I could very easily do this with superpowers, but I feel that it would diminish the mod. I'm going to cheat my way through some of it as it is, just because, I mean, I can't resist. You can't resist cheating through some of it. I mean, you know, it would be boring watching me walk around, you know, for long periods of time like I'm about to do. Right? Right? It'd be boring. Somebody give me a comment telling me how I'm right that it would be boring. Anyway, so we are going to get into the Twilight Forest. Okay? Twilight Forest is a very interesting mod. There's a lot of things you can do. I probably will not come even close to covering all of them. Okay? But for first, we're going to get started by showing you how to access this mod. Okay? To access the Twilight Forest, it can actually be done very early in the game. All you need is flowers surrounding a 4 square water source, and then all you need to do is drop a diamond in. When you do so, lightning will strike and the portal will open. Okay, now we have this as a portal to the Twilight Forest. We have Ultimus, I have diamond armor. Now I could have put back my ultimate armor, but I really feel that that would be being a little bit little overpowered going in here. You know, I could make it so that I would be invincible in here, but you know, why would you want to be invincible? You know, you want to experience the mod as it's supposed to be experienced. You want to be vulnerable. You want to have it be possible to kill you. And if I die too many times, I'll come back, get my god armor, and go kicking butt. Because I can. So, yeah, the only other thing I need is some bricks so that we can build ourselves a little hut, hopefully, in a nice little location on the other side of the portal. Bring that down, and you go away, I don't need you. Alright, now just in case the portal's in a bad location, we're going to go ahead and make ourselves, as always when you do interdimensional travel, always bring a linking book home with you. Okay? So, bonsai, let's see where we wind up. Twilight, get. Achievement, get. Whatever, I don't know. I can't read. But who says reading's important? Downloading terrain is important. Apparently it's very important. And slow. Na, 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 na. Hey, there we go. Welcome to Twilight Forest. It's a bunch of nothingness and you fall into forever and die. So the Twilight Forest is a very large area. It's a whole dimension in and of itself. There's a bunch of things that you need to be aware of about the Twilight Forest, like how dangerous these woods that I have spawned in can be to the unwary. We need to immediately get out of these woods because they are quite annoying and dangerous and a very bad place to spawn. So this is exactly why I made a book, because I don't like this location they have set me in, and I want to get out of here. The problem is that everything looks the same. Oh, hello. Yeah, I don't think so. You shouldn't have come that close to me. Meet Ultimus. Ultimus says hi. Alright, we're going to head west. The minimap shows that there's a way out to the west. Or at least a way of not so dark an area. These are canopy trees, I believe. Oh, sorry, dark wood with canopy leaves, is it? tile.tflog.15.name. Darkwood leaves. Yeah, let's not Darkwood. So we're going to go ahead and come out to the side, and oh my goodness, we really started in one heck of a place. Okay, this is going to be interesting. Yeah, hi guys. Don't mind me. I'm going to hopefully ignore you for just a second. Sorry, no zombies allowed. You know what? Whatever. Ultimus says hi. Ultimus says hi and give me your heads. Hey, yeah, did you see that? That was a flame geyser. They have those around here. Very fun to play with. You should go and give them a very close and meaningful hug. You will not regret it. Okay, so the Twilight Forest even has its own little separate biomes. It has a bunch of unique monsters that are only in the areas that are Twilight Forest generated. You can use Mistcraft to develop a Twilight Forest-like age, but it's not going to be the Twilight Forest, just look like the Twilight Forest. And, you know, dude, I know you don't like me, and I know you want to kill me. And I know you can stay right there, because I'll be over here. Okay, so the Twilight Forest adds a whole bunch of things. Specifically, it adds a bunch of new dungeons and a bunch of new bosses for you to fight, plus a bunch of random events that you can actually run into on your own. And we're just going to put a quick roof on this place. Do you mind, dude? Quit fluffing up my tail. If you keep annoying me, I will come over there, and you will... Oh, no, you are not. Nope, sorry. Oh, you guys can fit through that, can't you? I don't remember. Now, I might use my bat flight. It is creative mode flight that I could have given myself through other means. I may use that specifically to cut down on the time of searching through this place. It is a very large place, and one of the first things we need to do is find a specific item that is going to make finding our way around in the Twilight Forest a lot easier. But before we get any further, let's get this set up. Oops, not like that, like this. You know what, let's do this facing the door. There's this book leading here. Let us take this book leading out. And now we have a way out of our place, back to home. And since the portal is not in a place that I would like it to be, we're going to go ahead and put this book over here. And now we have a way in and out of the Twilight Forest and my Twilight hut. Okay, the only other thing that I would really want to have is some torches. But we'll get to torches in a minute. If I'm not mistaken, we spawned very close to a boss fight area. I might be wrong. Let me find out real quick. And this will be a heck of a way to end the episode. Now, when you have the area here that has these heated geysers everywhere, and wow, there's a thing. Oh, wait a minute. Let's not make a stupid mistake here. You know what? Fine. I'm tired of you standing there looking at me. I'll give you a chance. Do you want to hit me? You want to hit me? You want to hit me? Fine. I hit you back. And apparently get your morph, which might be kind of fun to play with. Okay, before I go anywhere, let's do this, because I don't want to be lost in the Twilight Forest, and trust me, neither do you. Alright, so when you have an area that has all these geysers and stuff shooting up out of the ground, one of the things you want to watch out for is a boss monster that comes along with the territory. Yeah, I don't think so. I wanted to get one of those flame geysers. They would actually be really cool. I hear the birds, but it's probably not the birds I care about. Why would there be squirrels out here in this area? That's just funny. Okay, so anyway, when you have all these fire jets laying around and you see this giant mound right here, a lot of the times it means exactly what you see. If you look at the top of the screen now, we have a boss fight gauge. I don't know what that is. It is lightning plants from... Lightning plant seeds from Pneumaticraft. Okay, sure. Don't mind that idea. I'll take some extra seeds. Didn't know they existed. There's a nice little lag spike here. When the Twilight Forest generates, it is specifically laggy as it generates terrain, just because there's so much going on in it. And yeah, this will be an interesting way to end an episode. I did not exactly expect to come upon a Hydra's lair like this. I was gonna like make it up. Oh, I think he sees me up here. I was gonna start with, hey, here's the Twilight Forest, and you need to find a map to the place so that you can survive in here and find where things are going. And I was gonna show you how to get a map, but instead we're gonna just get straight to the nitty-gritty. There's supposed to be a little dome-like thing that the Hydra's actually in the center of this hill. And there's supposed to be an opening around here, and I was picking up plants instead of... Whoa! I think I found it. Excuse me, Mr. Hydra. I'd like to talk to you about not killing me. This is an awesome enemy, and we are going to... You know what? I just now considered leaving this on a cliffhanger and not saying anything, but we're going to take him on. This is going to be Welcome to the Twilight Forest and a Hydra. Okay, the Hydra is fun because, first off, he can shoot fire, like that. I don't know what he's shooting fire at because it's not me. The other thing he can do is shoot those, which are kind of like gassed fireballs, only they explode a little bit bigger. And he's having a little bit of trouble with lag. You can hit them back just like gassed fireballs, and it does damage. Now keep in mind, he is damaging me as well, so we're not going to do that. We're going to go up here. Now, as you see, I'm attacking it, but nothing's happening. You can only hurt them when their mouth is open. When your mouth is open, you can attack the head that the mouth is open, and you can sometimes do damage. Ah, there we go. Alright, look, I cut off a head. I cut off one of his heads. So now there's only, you know, two threats. Wait a minute. Oh! What happens when you cut the head off of a Hydra? When you cut off one head, two grow back in its place. Now, depending on how you fight this guy, if you take him on really quickly, then you can sometimes get rid of him before he gets too much damage done and you wind up with too many heads. And if not, then if you keep attacking the heads and keep cutting heads off, well, now we're down to 3 heads again. Except for one problem. When you cut off a head, 2 come back to join its place. So now we have 5 heads. Now, this will go on and on until you finally take out the main health until he's actually dead. Now, even with my ultimates, you see how long this is taking. Without the diamond armor and the extra hearts and the extra protection that provides, then this would not be going as well as it would be otherwise. I hit you in the kneecaps. I'm gonna kneecap you. Come on. Always a good idea to keep moving, by the way. Hydras will hurt you. Bingo! We got him. And a zombie crawled out of his stomach. Thank you for freeing me, wayward traveler! Oh god, Ultimus! Now, when you kill them, oh cool, you get a yellow heart from him too. We get several things. Let me make sure the coast is clear real quick. We get to eat because we're hungry. We get a Hydra trophy, which is just basically a trophy showing you that you defeated the Hydra. We get a miniature yellow heart, which I didn't know about. We get fiery blood, which can be used in crafting certain things that we'll get into later. And you get Hydra chops, which is just basically a really good form of food. And of course, the Hydra's lair itself is actually full of all kinds of treasures. That being lots of redstone and quartz and iron and different various things that are down inside his lair. This one actually is not as rich as I'm used to seeing. I expected to see more than this. You know, gold. There's usually diamonds and stuff along here as well. There doesn't seem to be in this one. So mayhaps this is just not the better version, or mayhaps this version they cut down the amount of loot that comes out of a Hydra's lair. Either way, there are a lot of these hydraulic craft stuffs. That's kind of cool. I feel like I should pay attention to this and like look into it. All right, so I guess this will be the end of the episode. We're at 35 minutes, so we definitely should end it. We're running over a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and end it here. I'm going to end it by turning into a bat. Okay. Specifically because I need to go find something that is going to help us when it comes to the Twilight Forest. We've defeated the Hydra, so I don't feel bad flying around and finding the item that we need. When we come back next episode, I will hopefully have found the item that I'm looking for, and I will explain to you exactly how this works and why it's a really good thing to have. So until next time, this is Jeronitis signing off on episode 91 of not Pandemicraft, just episode 91. I'm going to do it just continuously. Running 3 series is actually very difficult. I keep confusing them. So anyway, like me if you like me, subscribe if you want to see what craziness I get up into next. But otherwise, help spread the gaming.